Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Xotic Performance XP2 head stud kit. This is for 5.9 and 6.7 24 valve Cummins, 1998.5 to 2020. Now obviously if you're watching this in 2021, just check, verify, or say you have, this is a couple years from now that you watch this video. Just check with them and make sure that the fitment is still the same, but it doesn't really look like they're going to be changing a lot in the future. So I have not yet opened this box. Still has a security seal here, just because I kind of wanted to save my excitement. I usually, whenever I do reviews like these, I always open the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pop the box open. So we'll cut the security seal. Let's see what they look like. Okay, right off the bat, I can tell you that it does look like the lubricant that they give you in the kit. Looks like it was broke open and whenever it was shipped, so that kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. Shipping companies they throw stuff around, and it looks like that was busted open. Gave us a nice sticker here, instructions. You guys will just kind of have to check those out. I'll go ahead and put them up here so you can see them. It tells you where to put every individual stud and what to torque it to. Instructions are really nice like these, and the material they make them out of, whenever you're doing this job, you're going to be getting covered in grease and anti-seize type lubricant. Your paper will just get destroyed. So this right here, this paper is going to be able to hold up to that grease. You can see it's real tough, so that's nice. I can say that the instruction manual there is definitely going to help a lot. And then that's awesome right there. Look, it comes with a socket. Not everyone has a 14mm half-inch drive socket, but they did actually give us one with the kit, so that is sick. Wow, this is wild. There's actually an Allen. Looks like this just comes off the top here. This lays off to the side like that. And I will say that this is by far the most superior packaging I've ever seen with a head stud ever. I mean, you're not going to get packaging like this. Each one of these studs is individually wrapped in its own little tube. These particular studs are rated for 260 to 280,000 psi tensile strength, so that means that's how much force it if they put this in a machine and pull it apart to where it's going to break at. And I gotta say, so far I'm extremely impressed. I have installed Xotic's lower grade head studs before, and we had absolutely no problems with them, and they installed just like any other brand, and they will probably outlive, if not last just as long as any other brand out there. So for the money and the quality that Xotic is bringing to the table, they're definitely changing the game. This will be the 5th set of Xotic's studs I've installed, but this is going to be the first of this particular model stud. All right guys, we're actually going to be installing these head studs today in my 2001 Dodge Ram. Has a little bit bigger of an injector in it and a little bit bigger of a turbo as well, so I figured this would be the perfect candidate to receive these studs. So we're going to pull this truck in and do the 1x1 method on it. Let's get it fired up and pull it in the garage. All right guys, the absolute first step before we even get into installing these head studs is we're going to want to find top dead center in the engine. We don't want to put these studs in, and basically whenever you tighten your studs, you're going to be changing the gasket crush. So whenever you change the gasket crush, you're going to change how far your push rod, basically you're going to change the overall dimensions, I guess you could say, of your valve lash. Your valve lash is going to change when you put head studs in, because you're going to be pulling the head down tighter to the block. Before we even get into it, we'll pop this little cover off right here, and there's a mark in there. It says TDC right here. We're going to want to turn the engine over until our top dead center mark lines up. It's on the cam gear, or not on the cam gear, I'm sorry, it's on the pump gear. So we want to line that up Once that's lined up, we're going to pull our valve cover off. We're going to pull all of our rocker assemblies out. The push rods can stay. I may pull some of them out just to get them out of the way, and then we are going to start torquing these head studs in. Okay guys, I got all my valve train pulled out. I lay it all in order for every cylinder. And then I went ahead and opened up the head studs. We need to remember, guys, that 6 of these are going to be longer. 6 of these studs are longer than the other 22. So 22 of them are a little bit shorter. Some of them are a little bit longer. These ones need to go on the outside of the head in these locations. Boom, 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 boom. All on the side. These are going to be the longer ones. While I'm in this position, I'm going to go ahead and already lubricate these threads. Rather than going back and forth, I'll just lubricate all of them right now. Put a layer of grease on all these threads, all the washers and everything, and just kind of paint them in here in the box. All right, guys. Another thing I actually do is I will actually pre-build these studs. So I get everything lubed up on them, and then put the washer, and then just start to nut a couple threads. That way you don't have to go back and forth, over and over again. You just simply pull your bolt out, thread this all the way in, and then you can start the torquing procedure. So let's pull that head bolt out right there, and then we'll start torquing the first one. We're going to be going to torque these to 150 pounds. So we'll pull the head bolt out, put this in, torque to 150. All right, guys, now we're gonna go through and set the valve lash. 10 thousandths on the intake, 20 thousandths on the exhaust. And you have to have your engine at top dead. I'm not gonna go into detail on that. If you don't know how to do that, go watch a separate video that shows you how to do that. We're gonna go ahead and set the valves, and then we'll be ready to machine our valve cover. We've got to we can just do it here with the grinder. One of the studs in the back will actually hit the valve cover, so we'll have to take a carbide bit. We're going to kind of hog it out a little bit so that way it'll actually clear it. Guys, when you get the studs to this point, you need to mill your valve cover down. I'll show you the one I just destroyed because I drilled right through it, being in a hurry. So don't be like me and be in a hurry. Luckily I have these valve covers laying around, but I'm basically just want to knock the corner edge of this. You can see right here, there's like a little lip there. And I poked through it barely, but you just want to take a carbide bit and just knock that edge down. I was just running the air compressor on full blast and popped not really a full hole in it, but there's a little crack. So luckily I have like 4 of these valve covers sitting around. I just grabbed another one. So basically you just want to grind it down right before that point. It's a lot easier to do in common rails because it's just a rocker box. So you just have to knock the edge off. On this, you actually have to get into the valve cover a little bit. And yeah, the valve cover is stuck. The other one that I didn't destroy is stuck back on the truck. So our head studs are complete at this point. Guys, we got the truck sitting out there running. It's starting to rain now, as you can see. I'm just letting it run for a little bit, and then we're gonna check for leaks. But that wraps up our installation on the Xotic head studs. So if you guys wanna get you a set, check out the link in the description. I believe they're starting to build stock on those now. So make sure you guys get a set, and like I said, they have different options. If you're not doing a high horsepower truck, you know, just entry level, wanting to build your truck a little bit, they have a cheaper option that are rated for, I believe, you have to go look at the specs. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but these are really nice studs. I've installed probably going on 10 sets of them now, if I had to guess, and I've never had a problem with them. So hope that was a helpful video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.